Well, hello there, and welcome back to your new happy place. It's good to have you. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please consider doing so. And thank you so much for those that have liked and subscribed and have been here from day one for our tiny baby collective. Um, I do appreciate the coming with and the support. So, without further ado, the message today that I have is you can't be normal and expect abnormal returns, which I think is fantastic, personally. Okay, so what we have here is I haven't seen any of these. We have the rune of, I want to say Augis. Yes, the tree. The yew tree, specifically. YEW, but anybody that knows me knows this is the yew tree, YOU. Interesting. Okay, so you can't expect, or you can't be normal and expect abnormal returns. Very much the yew tree. I'm excited to see how Spirit puts this together. All right. Queen of the Moon Oracle, we have number 44, Supermoon, Attraction, in reverse, which I really love to see it that way because it makes me feel pull that magic in. Abnormal, right? Of its power of a supermoon. Okay. We have the child from the mystical shaman. And this is number 7, also in reverse. Interesting. Loving this. Okay, from the White Light Oracle, we have Ain so far. Wow. Number 22. We have 44, 22, and 7. And Ain so far is all about that flow of wisdom, the flow of spirit. I love this so far. Sparkling synchronicity from the Awake Oracle. Magical. This reading's going to be magical. Well, we are talking about abnormal returns. Okay, so I have 5 archetypes, and anybody that's seen any of my readings knows that I'm a big fan of the universal message, and using archetypes is a really good way to portray that. So, the river is where we're going to be starting out from. Now, the river is all about seeking your true reflection, which is interesting with the child in reverse and the supermoon in reverse and the flow of Ain so far. Huh. Wow. Oh my gosh. And we have the one as the self going forward. Okay. Wow. Talk about abnormal returns. Okay, and where is the one going? Oh my gosh, this is huge. Into the self. That radiant pearl, eternal prism perspective of the evolution of the soul. Wow. Wow. 30 goes into 29. What do we have in our hands, Spirit? Anima Mundi. Oh my gosh. Anima Mundi. Talk about some archetypes. I love my job. I swear I love my job. It's not a job. It's beautiful. Okay, so the one walks into the realm of the self with Anima Mundi in their hands. Because of the because of the underworld. Well, now, if that's not a calling, that's why the child is in reverse. And the river is where we're coming from. How we see ourselves. Alright, Spirit. I think it's time we had a grown-up conversation, another grown-up conversation, about what we perpetuate in our particular existence. Our own personal experience of life. Because this is all very expanded, neutral, like not neutral, anything is possible, right? Unlimited. And life force coming into the underworld. It's just a wonderful perspective. This is huge. Talk about a yew tree. I mean, wow. This is a wow to me, sincerely. Like self-recognition of the self. Ooh. Wow. A calling to recognize the all, the one, and the self. That is amazing. Good. Amazing. Woo! I have to breathe. Okay. Okay. Seeing ourselves truly as the sign and the wonder is what I just heard. Would mean that we most definitely have the Anima Mundi in our hand. So, especially seeing our true self-reflection, we know that we are the one. We are whole. Walking into the realm of the self as full perspective in any moment that you're in, with life force, the animation of the one in the self, right? Because of the underworld. It's really seeing that you're limiting your own self, and not even limiting. Limiting is not the word. Allowing the underworld to even be a thing. Yeah, like allowing it to even be a thing, and this is about abnormal returns. You can't expect transform yourself. Yeah, you can't expect what is it? You can't be normal and expect abnormal returns. Okay. All right, let's get your tarot because, obviously I'm fascinated. Fascinated. Whew. All right, the realm of the self, the situation. Yes. It's just not true. Like the underworld is just, it's really, it's self-imposed in so many ways. When we can see ourselves as the one, the realm of the underworld doesn't even really have any power. It doesn't. It just doesn't. You have all the power in your hand. I think that's the true self-reflection here in the river. You're a supermoon. The flow is there. Wow. Ooh, I just felt some type of way about that. That's straight. That's a straight message right there. That is so in our. I guess I'm shuffling. Yeah. Okay. So the situation of the seven of the swords, and the situation of Seven of Swords. What represents the self, please, Spirit? What represents the self? Just one. That's a lot. All right. Okay. That makes sense. Page of Swords as the self in regards to the Seven of Swords. Your messages, your Anima Mundi, yourself, you're the one, your synchronicity, your power, your reflection, your trust, faith, use of wisdom or not, your underworld. Okay. We have the King of Cups as the foundation. owning that underworld and that Anima Mundi and the self. Like, this is full integration of the one. Okay. And then we have last here in my hand, the Hermit. And this is going to be the self in the past. The River. The reflection. Come aware of the one, of the power in your hand, looking into the realm of the self. Okay. Good. Yeah, normal's not for me, it looks like. Okay. And what is normal, right? Surrounding environment, please. Surrounding environment. Let me move these over because I know that they're going to take some space. Okay. Surrounding environment, please, Spirit. Thank you. Whoops. Two of Pentacles. Okay, things are in play, whether you call them yours to Anima Mundi with or not. You know, life's going on. Life continues. Whether you consider it, you know, the underworld, the overworld, the in-between world, it's all yours. You know, that's Anima Mundi in hand and knowing it. This is all yours. I think that's the message right there. You are playing with the one. Interesting. Especially with the yew tree. This is so personal. Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, Five of Swords just jumped in my hand for self in the present. Okay, so self in the past. Aware to some degree that they have this in hand. Or at least that it's not, that they're aware of it. Okay, we'll just say that, you know, self is aware of the guidance. And the underworld being in their hand, the perspective of the self in regards to the one and their power within the underworld aspect. How much they actually have to do with synchronicity. Seeing themselves as a true reflection means that you are the self with the one in hand, with the power. That's standing, you know, excuse me. Let me take a sip of water. You know, the Five of Swords makes me think about the Three of Swords. You know, the Five of Swords, he has three swords and heart all over his shirt. And it's kind of like, he's in that moment to where he determines whether something is true for him or not, whether he lets it fester as an underworld aspect, or if he looks at it with the life force in his hand and sees it as a true reflection, or I'm sorry, a true experience that he is just able to add layers of perspective to. Like it's all his, right? He can use those swords to alienate himself, disconnect himself from Ein Sophar, or he can claim those swords as his Ein Sophar, as his self, as his right to have his own perspective with and for and because of the one, right? Okay. Wow. The Tower. Interesting. Anima Mundi takes out the underworld. I love it. Abnormal returns, baby. Where are we going with this, Spirit? How does the Seven of Swords play out in the future? What do we do about this underworld? How does the Seven of Swords play out? That's funny. I'm gonna leave it. Five of Pentacles jumped out upside down. And My cards are not in reverse, and look at that. We've got Temperance on the bottom, which makes perfect sense right now. Five of Pentacles in reverse. You are not alone. This flow is yours. You are synchronicity. You are the wonder in the signs. You are the one in the realm of the self with life itself in your hands. The underworld, inconsequential. What is that? Only what you allow. Only what you allow. You know, only which beast are you going to feed? Your true self reflection? You know, why do I keep saying reflection? Oh, because of the river. You know, your true, beautiful inner child, your inner, all of that wonderful flow and power that you have as the one is where it's at. Is where it's at. You cannot be normal and expect abnormal returns. Yeah, this is normal. This is abnormal. For sure. Not alone. Not alone. New perspective. New perspective. Show me the self in the future. Show me the shelf. The shelf. Show me the self, please, in the future. Keep jumping. King of Pentacles. Good. Anima Mundi. In charge of his experience of the world, right? Anima Mundi manifest. Super Moon in reverse, most definitely. Aware that he is his universe. He is his true self. Made manifest. He is the one. His life force is his. There is no underworld in the King of Pentacles world. Huh. What is the catalyst here? I mean, yeah. His perspective, his attitude about his life force. You know, he has high expectations. He not high expectations, but it's not what I want to say. He knows that the underworld is just a place, you know, where how do I say that? Like, I want to say like underground, like where, you know, the seeds, what do they call it when they come out of their seed pod and like naturally seek, excuse me, God bless you, and thank you for the confirmation. The underworld, you know, where the seed pops out of its seed coat and seeks that warm north, right? You know, the King of Pentacles is aware of how that works. So the underworld is not a threat to them. You know, hence the ability to be abnormal. The underworld is only a threat to the normal. If that, I hope I just made that, made that clear. Yeah. What's the Temperance? Thank you. You know, the prescription flows through you. That's very Temperance. You know, that is the catalyst. That is synchronicity. That is the one in the realm of the self with Anima Mundi in the hand, not worried about no underworld. Constant transmutation of the true self is recognizing your uniqueness in every single moment, that you're absolutely, your eternal prism self is just so magnanimous and on its own. There's no one like you. There never will be. There never was. And that's exactly the point. I think that's exactly the point. Old you, new perspective. Abnormal returns. Transmute that underworld. Pour the life force all over it. Pour the one all over it. Shine, just light it up. Light it up. All right, what is the crosshair between the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords? The situation, we'll put this Animal Mundi in our hand. From this underworld into perspective. I mean, we can all guess, but again, this conversation spirit that we're having, you can't be normal and expect abnormal returns. What is bothering the person that needs to hear this? Normal. Being abnormal. You know, I think there's no pressure here. We're all the one. We're all in the realm of the self. We all have Animal Mundi, and the underworld is a collective story, right? We all have all of the power of the Superman. We all create synchronicity. We all have an eternal child. We all have a true self-reflection. We all have the Ein Sof Bar. I think the key here is that you can't expect, or you can't be normal and expect abnormal returns. So it's like being normal. What do you know, what are you expecting? What is normal, right? So the abnormal returns, it becomes a very personal conversation. And then it links back to the normal, and it's like, why are we even talking about normal or abnormal when we're all individual selves? And we're all the one. It's ridiculous to me. Personally, obviously, it's like the biggest conundrum on the planet right now, as far as I'm concerned. Is why any one of us, in all of our all, thank you, would even be considering anything an underworld. Or normal, for that matter. Thank you. I appreciate you allowing me to soapbox, I guess, for a second, but it's astounding the degree that we allow the collective, undercurrent beliefs, like the stuff that really, it's all our perspective on it. Again, worms have a job. Seeds start somewhere. All of those things that are stuffed into some underworld really just need a little time because they're gestating and they're growing. So, own your underworld, I guess is what I'm saying. Own your underworld. All right. What is the hopes here for us, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. 9 of Cups. Exactly. You know what? We're manifesting what we think we want. Whether that's normal or abnormal or whatever. 9 of Cups is self-satisfaction in the manifestation. So if you want normal, you're manifesting normal. If you want abnormal, you can do that too. So, becoming aware that flow being yours, you are the one, whether you play it this way or play it that way. You're still doing it. This is your fear. 4 of Swords. That's the flow. Going into the realm of the self as the one. Looking at having that Page of Swords as you. And the opportunity to transmute that underworld. Well, and again, it may seem intimidating, but it only hurts for a second, and that's the second that you're taking the stinger out. Because this underworld is an illusion. This underworld is an illusion. It's not true. You are not alone. There is nothing that is in the dark that is not in the process of growing, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, how does the Four of Swords evolve, please? Thank you. Okay, Six of Pentacles, reciprocity, absolutely. Results, one way or the other. You know, normal or abnormal, you're going to have results. And I think that's the point here. And that I am is very present with their, you know, scales balanced. They are giving to the degree that they have extra and they want to. Because they know that what they do give and what they do expect, and the attitude that they give with that, you know, that animation of theirs, that is their power and they are going to have it come back. And again, that any opportunity that they're in is an opportunity to look at where their intentions are coming from and how they're judging any other or themselves as, you know, a true self, as the one. Able in their moment as well. You know, like, that just reminded me, you know, we can't save anyone. You know, we save ourselves and you know, that's by recognizing ourselves as being whole. And that's exactly what picture I'm seeing here. Recognizing ourselves as being our true selves, whole, all the way whole. There is no such thing as a normal result, right? We are all absolute different, unique points of perspective of the one. Advice, please. Oh, thank you. I see that sun just pop right out. Okay. We have the sun as the advice, and which is shine as the whole self, as if you are the one, because you are. You are. Look at that flow. You are. That is your true self. What do I have? This is the outcome. Abnormal results. I think you can expect abnormal results. You know, and that is, to me, I just saw like everyone blasting the underworld, right? Because it's really just it's a structure built by a collective mindset. And it's an illusion. And it only has as much power as you give it. And I think labeling is the very heart of that. You know, normal, abnormal, underworld, the one. Labeling is so not for us. You know, that's the beginning of bucket of trouble right there. Labeling anything. The underworld is, like I said, just fertile earth. It's only dark until the seed reaches the top, right? You got to go through to get out. And I think that's exactly what the message is here. I love it. What's on the bottom? And again, the you tree. This is all about you. How are you growing? How are you growing? Exactly. We have the Knight of Wands on the bottom. Bury the river. You know, this is a sacred mission for you, the self. Anima Mundi in hand. You know, pyramids here in regards to underworld mysteries, whatever. You know, but also this is a mission of faith and optimism because he knows there's more. You know, what is normal, right? I'm a self. I'm a self. I love that. Trust in that. Trust in that. That is most definitely your advice. Trust in yourself as the one with the animal mundi in your hand at any moment that you're in. The underworld has no power. It's not even a real thing. I mean, everything is real and nothing is real, but at the same time, it only has the power that you give it. Stop giving it power. Expect abnormal results because you are abnormal. And I mean that in the highest compliments, right? Thank you. That was interesting. I hope it added to the stream of your life and helped you nourish and flourish your you tree. Please do be abnormal, as it were. Thank you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't up until now, and until the next one, peace.